His studio was literally called Daddy's house.
Did they not find it weird that he was ordering thousands of baby oil on a regular basis? How are you even abusing grown men?
So this just came out 3 hours ago. P. Diddy was accused of sexually assaulting an 18-year-old woman at a New York City Halloween party.
Honestly, at this point, what didn't Diddy do? Okay, like, I'm honestly still shocked that things are still coming out about this man. Do you think, like, at this point, people are just making things up about him, or there's literally that much stuff that he got away with?
I think there's that many things he got away with.
But how could someone be that powerful that they get away with, like, this many things for this many years? Like, there have to be a lot of people involved in this situation.
And that's the thing. He's so big and so powerful, and I think his story, to me, it tells me that if you have money, and if you have power, and if you have the right people around you, you can get away with literally anything.
That's highly concerning.
It is. But let me give some context to this news that just came out.
Let's hear it.
In the latest civil lawsuit filed against Sean Diddy Combs, the rapper was accused of sexually assaulting an 18-year-old woman in 2001. They're pulling receipts from way back in the days. According to the court documents obtained by The Mirror, the woman alleged that the incidents occurred at a Halloween party in New York City, where Combs and his entourage provided drinks to the plaintiff and her friends throughout the night. She further claimed that a security guard for Diddy brought herself and two friends to a limo with at least 6 members of Combs' security team. Like, security team in quotation.
Even the security did it. Everybody did it. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, how many people are involved in this stuff? There's so much pieces of the puzzle, and anyways, I'll let you finish. I'll give my thoughts after.
So she began feeling dizzy, intoxicated, and disoriented after consuming a drink allegedly given to her by one of the individuals. The woman claimed in her retrospect that the drink was laced with drugs like ecstasy. Drugged, scared, and confined among numerous men, the woman explained that she complied as she and her friends were given the instructions. Wow, this is bad. But to be honest with you, I mean, this is definitely really bad, but if you compare it to everything else that's been coming out about him, I think this is like just touching the surface.
Yeah. Which is like disgusting to even say.
Yeah.
Because this should be like extremely bad.
Absolutely.
But it's like he's done so many things that you don't even like. I feel like we don't even know how to be shocked anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you hear these cases and you're just like, where do we start? Like, how do we dissect yet another allegation, yet another suspect coming to the surface? And I don't know, I've really been thinking about this and I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Like, how do we navigate through even just some guilt that we might feel about like possibly have supporting him in the past,
like through listening to his music?
Yeah, listening to his music. Okay. Like being a huge Diddy fan. Like, I wasn't a Diddy fan, as you know. You know, that's for another day. But like, I didn't get it. But my thing is, like, I feel like people probably feel right now, like, you know, I used to listen to this guy, I used to support this guy, I used to rep this guy. How did I not see it? Even maybe the people around, his family members, maybe felt like, how did we not see it? Like, there might be some guilt attached to that. So I'm just curious from you, like, even from a Christian perspective, like, how do we deal with that? Because we didn't know. Didn't know? Is that a good thing?
Nah, we can't do that. It's too early.
What's your perspective on like working through that guilt? Or even like when Cassie came out, for example, years ago, people didn't believe her. Like, I'm sure many people watching also didn't believe it. Yeah. Because it's like, oh, Diddy would never, she's doing the most, whatever. So, yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
Okay, so to give some context, I grew up listening to hip hop. Okay. So Diddy was definitely up there
for you.
Yeah,
okay.
He was that guy. Now, I can't necessarily say that I felt guilty because I personally didn't know any of this. Like, it's not like I knew and I just wanted to ignore it.
Did you ever suspect that there's something like off?
I suspect there's something off with everyone in the industry.
Okay. That's a whole other conversation.
That's serious, yeah.
Everyone?
Honestly,
in the music industry.
The music industry. I would say 90% of people in the music industry, I suspect there's something weird.
Let us know in the comments. Do you guys agree with that? That's a bold statement.
That industry is crazy.
It's messy.
That and the movie industry are two industries that you don't want to go in with a thin skin.
Okay, but did you ever look at Diddy and think something's a little, something's not right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The moment I found out that Tupac died, and I was old enough to consciously know, okay,
you said
Tupac died. I was like, Diddy did it. Did he do it? Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
And like you hear stories about him, and even the fact that his studio, because of course, when you know music, you start doing your own research about whose studio is whose and the name of the studios. His studio was literally called Daddy's House. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like
nobody
that.
Thought that was strange?
And that's what I'm saying. So,
okay, guys. Like,
listen.
I think there's... and this is why I think people are feeling guilty. And that's why I asked this question, because I've read articles, I've read different commentaries. People are like, how do people not know this? How do we not know this? I should have known when I saw ABC. Because remember when we watched The Four? That was the episode of The Four. I don't know if everybody saw that, where the guy was on stage and Diddy like... did
a staring contest.
Like death stare through his soul. It was really off and odd. It was more than like... It wasn't a funny moment. It was like everyone knew like something's a little bit off here. So... I don't know. I just feel like... Did people actually not know?
People didn't know.
Or do you just think there was so many people involved in this that as much as they thought it was disgusting, it was wrong, it was like evil, they were like, if I come out and I say anything, or if I focus on the fact that this is wrong or I feel guilty, I'm going to end up like being thrown under the rug?
Absolutely. Because people look out for themselves. There are a lot of names that are involved in this, and a lot of rich people that are trying to clear themselves from this whole situation because they know if he goes down, a lot of them are going down as well, you know? So I think the level of guilt that they may be feeling is because of the fact that they didn't come out and say anything.
And they could have.
Yeah, and they could have.
And I also think a lot of people in the industry around him did not think it was that bad. Because maybe they knew about one or two encounters. But now that they're seeing like a list of encounters coming out, it's like...
Like the, what is it, the baby oil thing?
Oh my God.
How many bottles did they find?
I don't even... It was like an unridiculous...
Yeah, it was a weird number.
Ridiculous amount.
I remember reading the amount and I said...
Do you think everyone should cancel Johnson's now?
Nah.
That's the kind of world we live in now. Like,
that's a big cut on their end.
Yes. Because I promise you, as much as we all know, well, we are assuming Johnson had nothing to do with this. This is how people think. Like, now every time someone sees a Johnson baby bottle oil, like, that's what they're going to associate it with.
So do you think Johnson knew that was happening?
No.
You sure?
Well, you know, it's funny you asked that question because the thought crossed my mind of like...
So I think he's too smart for that. I think he had several people order
on his behalf.
And then
so then if he did do that, then they wouldn't know.
Okay. So yeah, that. But if he did it like just one shot every month, do you think they would have known?
I definitely think they would have been like, what the heck is going on here?
For like 20 years, you've been
like
ordering
we don't see him having any babies.
Like you've been ordering bottles for 20 years straight, like 10,000 a month.
Yo, that's actually a whole different conversation in itself. Because that's a good point. And this, oh my God, this is what bothers me about this case. It makes your mind go to so many different things. Like, who's involved? Like, what don't we know?
Yeah.
That's like my mind thinks of. I'm like, if there's all these things that we didn't know, like how much more is there?
Yes.
Because this guy has been getting away with this for decades.
Literally.
Like decades. Like, it's concerning. Like, yeah. I feel like, to be honest with you, in the next year, there's going to be a lot more that comes to the surface that like you can't even compare to what's come out so far. That's going to involve people and names and things that I don't know if a lot of us are going to be ready to digest. No,
we're not, especially from people we don't expect.
Yeah, because I think he's snitching. Like, I'm pretty sure he's in jail, like singing like a bird.
For sure.
He wasn't singing on the albums, but he's singing now.
Yeah, listen, he said, "I don't write lyrics, I write checks."
Guys, is it too soon to make these kind of jokes? Like, I feel like it's so disturbing. You have to just find a way to like cope with the information. Yeah. It's so disgusting. It's to the point where I had to stop like reading stuff. I had to stop watching videos because it was actually making my stomach like turn.
Yeah.
And I think the part that breaks my heart the most is when I think about these women, these people. Because read the other article you found that came out like 6 hours ago. Guys, like this is live on the press, okay? 6 hours ago. So this is not even just women, which we knew because I think Justin Bieber came up. Who else?
No, I don't think Justin Bieber admitted. I think that stuff when you get caught, like Diddy, is people just keep looking at every movie.
And that's what I was saying earlier. Like it makes your mind start to go to did his mom do it too? Literally just all of the like it's crazy. You go down a spiral, literally.
Like they pulled the interview from Wendy Williams. when he was just saying like, yeah, I met
your son.
I met your son backstage, and everyone was like, oh my god.
You see the way he twitched his eye.
He was sending a sign. I was like, I don't know.
Alright, guys, like
maybe
now everybody's part of CSI.
Legit.
What is going on?
It seems like the
how are you even abusing grown men?
But the theme here is sexually assaulting and drugging. Like those seem to be the thing that he's just been doing for a minute. So
he gets people to their most vulnerable state, and then he completely like destroys them. It's disgusting. Let's see. It's always at these parties. So he gets people having fun, gets people comfortable, and then completely like uses at their vulnerability. Upon remaining consciousness, the man says he found himself in a dark bedroom with black walls. Okay, guys.
Wait, what's
what
next?
What is the 50 Shades of Grey on steroids is going on here?
Look at this. On a bed with black sheets.
This doesn't even sound real, guys.
Oh, read the rest.
According to the complainant, the plaintiff alleges he then realized Combs on top of him. Okay, I can't even read that part. Because I gotta try and get blocked on YouTube. The man claims he fought the music mogul and fled to the bathroom before leaving the party. Can you imagine the level of fear?
Yeah, as a man.
Exactly. Like you just completely stripped him of like his masculinity. Like
no, this is weird.
This is disgusting. I can't even read this. Honestly, this is disgusting. Like I don't know how he could get through his day, get through his life, knowing he has destroyed so many people's lives. Yes. Like I feel like you have to be in such an evil and possessed state.
Yes, possessed.
Like literally possessed state to be able to do something like this. Like you're not in your conscious mind. You're not okay. Like you're not even human anymore. Like you're essentially like robotic.
Yes.
You've come out of your human state and you've just treated people like objects and items. Because I can't even fathom how someone can do something like this repeatedly for years. And it's not like he came out, he confessed, he felt guilty. Like I think he's pleaded not guilty to so many things. Even when facts were there, even when things were like, there's no like remorse for the behavior. I know he tried to do that pathetic apology video that we all saw that was not an apology. And yeah, I just honestly, like I think some takeaways to take from this video is I feel like we just have to have stronger discernment.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we can't live paranoid because we can't know everything about every celebrity, right? Because easy when you hear these things, you're like, I'm not going to trust no one. I'm not going to watch anything. I'm not going to listen to anything. But the reality is even outside of the music industry, even like the most like well put together people, unfortunately are involved in a lot of these things. Like on this list that they're finding, I've heard there's a lot of people that we'd be shocked to find on there, right? So I feel like we have to just not idolize these people. We have to not put them on any type of pedestal. We can acknowledge people's abilities, their talents, and reward them for that. But I think at the same time that we have to always have it in our subconscious that anyone can fall and that anyone cannot be what they present themselves to be.
Because it's really hard to be that up there.
It's really
hard, sorry.
Oh. What's that?
That's really hard.
Really hard.
Yeah, it's really hard to be that famous, that worshipped, that celebrated by other people, and not fall.
No way he loves himself. Like he must hate himself.
You change his name. You can change your name to Love, Agape, Eros, all the different words for
you're
love.
You're still evil, fam.
My friend. You're still not loving yourself. Very clearly. So guys, we are happy that you watched this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this so that this can reach more people and more people can be informed on how to stay grounded and not fall into the Diddy trap. Is that a good Diddy trap?
Don't you be found doing it.
Yeah.
That's what I want to say.
Don't you be found doing it?
Yeah.
Wait, like...
Don't you be Diddy in it. Don't you be... Make sure you didn't do it.
All right, peace.